Yeah, hi one. So this is Asai Teja. We'll be going through the data visualization workshop as for now. And this as for my introduction, we'll just go through. Let me share my screen. Yeah, I hope you can stare the presentation screen.
Yes, I.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So we'll get started with this workshop on data visualization. And prior to this, we'll just not just dive into so whatever the technical aspect. Prior to this, you can just go through so what is data visualization, so why we require as like what's the present day impact and need of this data visualization, and we'll just go through the basic info. Let's imagine a scenario where I have provided you two options for you just as you to pick a raw data or a seeing a chart. So which one would you prefer to just go through? So I think it's simple. So I just have provided you some Excel sheet of data. And same as I have provided you the chart itself, right? So yeah, if that's the case, so can you define me why the chart like specifically same data, right? Same data and no change in constraints even. Yeah. So it's easy to understand exactly, and you can find what's happening, right? The thing which you can't be sure of what's happening here because so the values are not even segregated. So but even though you can just find what's happening with through the chart itself. And I think this is fine for you to understand so the need of visualization itself. So as you are dealing with a little amounts of data out here, and let's imagine the same scenario with an organization or whatever the company or any startups. So how can they just go through the metrics? So how the let's say there is a SaaS product on right now, released a SaaS product. So how can they track the performance of an application? So how the users are interacting with their application? So what can be modified over and what can be improved over? So these all things can be just answered with analyzing your data and visualizing. And so let's see. So the raw data which consumes your most of the time to make decisions, and it's very harder to spot your patterns. And just a second. Same chart, which helps you to quickly grasp what's been happening. And you can find your patterns and trends, right? It's a faster and informed decision making. So it's not just like may or may not. Yeah, Saujanya have just gone through. So there is a lot of data. When we see it, it will be difficult to understand while chart represents all the data in chart analysis itself. That's an exact overview of this specific use case. And chart helps you to for informed decisions. It doesn't mean so you can have a statistical proof that. So what is an exact value? So you are not doubting about what's happening. So you have some statistical proof of what's a specific value, right? And it's not about guessing. It's all about knowing. Let's see. So data visualization itself an aspect of a graphical representation of your all data. And so what does this refer to? So you can turn and transform your complex data sets into better visuals for a better communication. And data visualization helps you to simplify your insights, and it helps you to find what's the trend and patterns being going on. And it which helps you to make an informed decision making. And more of as now there is a large business centrics being held over on worldwide, and most of the data visualization aligns with your business intelligence itself. So it have a great scope towards the business scope. And so ultimately you have data visualization as your understanding which helps with respect to business, so stakeholders or investors, so they'll get known to what's been happening. Let's imagine the base scenario where as an individual being analyzing how the market is, so where to invest. They can get into the historical trends and patterns going through the specific company profile data. So they'll just explore a few basic stuff like how volatile the market is right now, and what is the historical profile of company, whether to invest or not. So these things can be sorted out through visuals. So you can just people are who are well versed with this investing or any other things or similar act, so can they just get known to how the performance is being over the last 2 years, last 3 years, and you have even a future scope like how it will be a rise within the 5 years, right? So understanding data visualization. So data visualization is not just turning your data into charts or graphs. So it's all about exact and perfect graphical representation of your data. And the most concise part is you must have you are dealing with this specific thing called clarity and efficiency. So called you are having you are dealing with all the numerical data and categorical data. So you must have a clarity and efficiency towards your data and somewhat insight discovery. It's not about you having the data, you utilizing at a right phase. So you have multiple constraints over there. You need to pick the right. Let's say I need to go through what's the profit for this month. So I'll just go through the annual KPIs itself. So what is the total amount of revenue made and over time a period, and even if I want to go through even more deeply, I'll just go with quarterly analysis. So it's all about insight discovery and choosing a right constraints to understand what's been happening. And more of it's all about a quick decision making, and data visualization is not just to make charts, and it includes your storytelling too. So it's not so everyone are not well versed with data visualization itself, but somehow visualization is our universal communication language. So because we people are drawn to visuals more often than text or any categorical data, so we can grasp things way faster than regular reading. So you can just map things away. It's how hard it's to complete a book and over a days, and how easy to make just to grasp the same thing with a visual or any movie kind of things, right? So visualization makes things pretty faster to understand, and even it makes sense to analyze. That's it. And so importance of data visualization at 3 points you can just go through. So it provides us fast insights, right? You know, to peep into entire your data set and you just noting down what's happening. So instead the visualization helps to what's happening. And better communication. And same thing, you can't just show up any Excel sheet or any unstructured pattern of your data to explain people what's happening. So even it's harder for them to understand. So visualization helps to better communication, because visualization itself an universal language, so everyone can understand through visuals itself. And the third most thing is we need to discuss. So we have been in this data-driven world, and let's say there is lots of data is being generated over and over. So even for a second, there is amount of data is being generated. And for your knowledge, so whatever the data it's been generated over the year 2025, it's quite larger than the amount of data it's been generated over past 2 years. That is 2023 and 2024. Now you can just go through how huge the rise of data is. And however, it's not about having the data, it's all about utilizing the data. And let's imagine how your Netflix, Amazon Prime, so they are utilizing our data. So where does data is being generated? Let's imagine you using your social media on daily basis, everything itself data, right? So whatever you like, whatever you comment, whatever you post, entire things comes under a data. So there is a generation of data at birth, even through an individual as per second even. And let's discuss what is the present day impact of data visualization. As we mentioned, so we have the data. So without utilizing the data at the right phase, it doesn't make sense to have the data. And let's see. So data visualization enhances the business insights and decisions, which helps you to make a better informed decisions at a faster phase. and it empowers the organizations. So let's imagine, so whatever the organizations or companies, so Netflix, Amazon Prime, so these rely on your data itself, right? So let's say what reason they have been in. So what's the more of a content that is being pushed more and more over, and how can we push? So even suggestions you might just go through. So whenever you open your OTT applications or platforms, they'll suggest you based on what you have done. So based on your historical watch history itself. So they'll just try to go through. They'll map things away with the visuals. So this is the content he has been preferring. So this could be a better suggestion to him. And this is how things work in real time. As DV provides insights through, so BI dashboards and real-time analytics, and so which fasters are informed decision making even, right? And let's see what are the present trends and over the time, so how the data visualization have evolved. Right now, data visualization is not itself emerged right a couple of years back. Right from you can just get known to, so what are maps of? So since over a longer period of time after the human existence, the maps are being the first visual institutions that to travel from one place to other. So we use maps together, right? So navigate the same thing, and so there itself an there is a start of data visualization itself. And let's see what are the present trends itself. So right from 2020, there is a great boom for data visualization. So there is an emergence of data visualization. And right from 2021, there is a democratization of efforts. So, and 2022, there is a growth in embedded analytics. Somehow there is a gap, so there is no live data itself. So we have been working with a static data itself. And 2024 and 2023, where there is a real integrations of live data analytics and real-time dashboards. And 2025 itself, there is a self-service BI tools with a lot of integration towards the existing tech itself. So whatever your artificial intelligence and machine learning is being aligned to data visualization itself. Let's see what might be the future of data visualization. We have just gone through, so what is data visualization and how it have been. And moreover, these are not, we are not exaggerating things away. As right present now, there are AI assisted insights itself. So you can just get known to whatever your BI tools like a Power BI and Tableau are integrated there, AI within the environment itself. So the workspace is provided with, if you just go through a Power BI, so you are provided with a Copilot inside it. And for Tableau, there is Einstein AI. So it's all about AI assisted insights. It's not you making the decisions, and AI helps you to make decisions even better and faster. And however, you have a human intervention to just go through whether it works properly or not. You have customizations over there. And conversational dashboards. So there might be an evolvement of this conversational dashboards even. So AI just telling so what's happening and what can be just planned further, right? Even using your natural language queries. So what's happening right now? So what is a total? What are the key performance indicators for this specific year? And third one is so virtual reality and augmented reality analytics. So you can just get known to, so it's not about accessing your application or mobile phone. Instead, you just have an interaction with your visuals itself, right? And so what are the business applications of data visualization? As we have mentioned, so we mostly focus on key performance indicators. So in shortly, you can just summarize it as, so it's all about summarizations even. So let's consider if I have a lots of data within me, so it doesn't make sense what data it is. So I just get known to these terms called, so what is the total revenue and total amount of products sold. So these are called summarizations. If you just go through statistically a mean, median, mode, which describes you the summarized versions of your data, right? So KPIs provide you essential metrics for evaluating your business performance, whatever it might be, total revenue generated, and total profit generated, what is an average order value over this e-commerce site. So these are so-called key performance indicators. So these are very important for business to run over and grow. And moreover, interactive dashboards. So it doesn't make sense if you just your data stays static as. So every time you need to initiate to just go through. So instead you'll use things like so timers and slicers within your BI tools. So where you can filter and sort with a greater integration and interactively. And so for whatever the immediate insights and for better decision making. Strategy tracking and right now, so whatever the company and organization leads to, so how the market is, so they need to adapt to the market scenarios itself. So as we have more and more AI integrations and AI developments right now, so we need to adapt to the existing things even. So in order to make this visualization helps, let's see what are the real world applications of data visualization. As we have mentioned, so how the Netflix discovers what you're watching and what can be suggested. And right now, so if you just imagine, they'll have entire billions of users data. So how they'll process through? They'll have an entire visualization dashboard of what's been happening all over the application itself, even their application performance and how the users are interacting with the applications, whether the application is being performed at a right pace or not. And let's imagine Amazon supply chain. Let's like the cases where you just ordered some application with your things. So let's think of in this way. So right from ordering the product, it's being delivered, and how things can be monitored over way. It's not you just an individual just ordering on Amazon itself, right? So there are millions of users at the particular instant time being ordered the product, and the whole over supply chain is being managed through visuals itself. And same as advertising. So how much time people are interacting with the ads. So same thing you have when tech analytics, collaborations, and innovative solutions. So these are quite major real-world applications of data visualization itself. And if you just pick any of the organizations, so they mostly deal with this data visualization itself. And cross-domain integration, as I have mentioned, so data visualization have a great cross-domain integration with even data-driven. Yeah, I think someone have spoken.
What happened, Sai?
I think someone have spoken.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So no issues, as we have mentioned. So whatever the data-driven domain, so DB have greater integration towards everything. Let's imagine, so the IT solutions which relies on the software itself, while after being deployed, so they'll need to track so how the things are being performed. Let's imagine, so how the application is being performed. There is something called monitoring, right? And financial insights. You might be well aware of this stock markets and etc. And marketing visualization and even HR dynamics. So these are some cross-domain integration towards your data visualization. Let's consider we have discussed entirely a theoretical part of so what we have discussed is so what is data visualization, so why we require and what's happening with the real world itself. Let's discuss a technical dive of so what data visualization requires you to just master. And we'll just go through. So it's all about whatever the data-driven domain. It's all about data sources. It is a place where so you collect the data. So it can be anything. So it can be live stream data or can be a static data or any kind of data even. So the process itself called a data ingestion, collecting data from multiple resources. And however, these data will consider to be a raw data, so which will not be an informed or a structure and may not have a specific sense to deal with. So you can't understand anything with your this raw data. And the next thing is it's not about collecting data, you need to store your data. And for an efficient storage and retrieval use database. So which helps you for a better retrieval and storage of data and which helps you to interact with your data even. And as data will be a larger amount, so data storage, so which helps you to store data efficiently. And the next thing is, so you collected the data and you are storing data, and the next thing is data analytics. You need to analyze what the data is, and you need to transform this raw data into meaningful insight, and which helps you to get known to what's been happening. So this is all about what is a pattern recognition. So it's all about what's happening and what's within the data itself. You will explore the data. So what are the constraints, whether if what are the important things to be considered, and you can just get known to. So you'll deal with that specific meaningful insights, and you'll just go through your improvements through your visual institutions. And so as you have an idea about structured and unstructured data, so structured data is all about storing your data within a predefined structure format, that is a tabular format. This will be consisting of rows and columns, and it follows a strict schema. So there is no modification of a schema within, because it is a predefined structure itself. And for searching and analysis, it's way quite faster, because so it's when the data is being structured, so you have a more robust functionality towards your data. So searchings and sortings and analysis makes way faster. And for example, you have an SQL, that is a structured query language, and few of them may call it as a SQL. And storage, it uses RDBMS, that is a Relational Database Management System. And simply you can consider it as a tabular format. And we have for a larger efficient data storage and effective data retrieval, we have data lakes and data warehouses, and which acts as a centralized repository for all of your data. And since it's being structured, so it's less flexible than the other data. And somehow unstructured data, it's quite opposite itself. So it doesn't follow any predefined structure. So for say given, it can be a JSON data or even by binary JSON data. So it can be anything. So it's a schemaless. It doesn't provide any of the predefined structure. And since it's unstructured, it will be harder for you to just manipulate over this analysis like with your traditional structured data. And somehow it's being unstructured, so it have a high flexibility towards so the data and its manipulation process. And let's see what is the technical pipeline of data visualization. So the first thing is ETL process, that is extract, transform, load. So let's consider for a BI tool, let's consider it to be a Power BI even. So you'll extract all your data right from any of your Excel data or any of your SQL data or any of any other resources provided within the data statement itself. So you'll just extract, transform, load your all data within your workspace or environment of visualization tool. And the next thing is database management. However, when you are just dealing with this, so it's not just about a database management. It can be SQL to Excel even. So it's all about how you retrieve and manipulate the data. And the final process is the BI layer. Here is where you have entire data with you, and it's your task to just pick a right chart and make a visual. And based on the scenario, you'll just go through, so what chart need to be picked. And right. So it's all about, so what is the BI layer itself? BI layer is where you are provided with a workspace or environment where you are provided with all the visuals you require, whatever it's bar chart, line chart, whatever the thing. So based on the problem statement or based on whatever the visuals you need to make, you will just pick a right chart and you will choose a right constraints to just make a visual. So that's it. That's all about. So you have done your visualization part itself. And for the code stack, tech stack, you have Tableau, Power BI, and Python. And as per to precedence, so we have based on the case scenario, we'll just go through whether to visualize through Python and where to visualize with a Power BI, Tableau. Let's consider it's all about you have all the raw ingredients itself, and you make it everything. So it is how the Python deals with. When you are dealing with a large amounts of data which requires a more of a computation, so I'll just go with a Python based data visualization where it is provided with each and every data manipulation tool and to deal with all your numerical data and to visualize. And well, coming to Power BI and Tableau, so these are so when you have some data which is already being transformed, so you can just make visuals. So it's all about picking a right chart and making a visual itself. Right, and we'll just discuss tools and tech stack. We'll be using a Python, so Power BI and Tableau on other side. And within the Python itself, you're using libraries like Pandas, NumPy, Plotly, and Matplotlib and Seaborn. So these all are manipulation tools and to deal with the numerical data, and your all visualization tools even. And for efficient, for an effective database, you'll be dealing with, so if it's structured, you'll go with SQL. If it is not structured, you'll go with MongoDB. And you can just go with the PostgreSQL too. And this is as of tech stack. And just going through tools overview. So I'll just have a little comparison over this Power BI, Tableau, and Excel. So Excel itself a basic data visualization tool, and right now it is emerged with and integrated with all your. You can write your Python code within it, and you can visualize that you have a pivot tables and pivot charts, which are dynamic in nature and which possess the synchronization of your data, so it doesn't stay static even. And coming to Power BI, it's more affordable at pricing, and it have a lot of integration towards your Microsoft tools. Now Power BI is integrated with all your Azure based tools, like you can use AutoGen and ML with your Power BI even, so you can connect everything in a right phase. And Tableau, it's being a Salesforce developed thing, and it is owned by Salesforce right now itself. So it have a quite a steeper curve to learn. And however, the BI layer itself, however, the BI tools stays as is, and while using, so you'll just get habituated to the environment itself. And right now we have just covered the emerging trends even. So how AutoML, so the machine learning is integrated with your data visualization. So it's like self-optimization visuals and conversational analytics, and which are voice controlled analytics even. So you can just explore to what's happening, and you can find patterns and trends with that with your vocals itself. And augmented reality vision, you have an idea about how Apple Vision Pro and how other VR and AR related things are being evolved right now. So you can just interact with your visuals itself. And you have something called a federated learning, so where your data is not being exposed to any of our outer environment. It stays as is and trained on internally, right? And so the essential skills for data visualization are, so predefinedly you must be well versed with so structured query language in order to store and retrieve data, and a dashboard design, so how effectively you can utilize your charts and how you can make your dashboard visually interactive. And it's all about storytelling, so what you have made is it's like a compelling to your audience. And what are the best practices for this data visualization is, it's a minimal clutter, so just you need to maintain just statistical proof, so what's been happening at a specific level and what need to be focused, and picking the right chart. So it's not about utilizing all over the charts and making the visual even grandeur. So it's all about picking the right chart and having the appropriate visuals itself in your dashboard itself. And accessibility, so it's all about using your coloring, contrast, hue. So this will be a much useful and interactive, and which will communicate even better to the audience itself. And so the future values, as we just have mentioned, so there is autonomous insights itself. So there is a great importance for data visualization, and there is been a great rise for visualization itself. And as long as companies stays, so data visualization doesn't fall. And you have a data democratization, as we have mentioned, so how the data is being generated and how to utilize with respect to business centrically, and strategic innovation towards so adapting to market. So in order to make this possible, so the only thing you can do is so visualizing your data, right? So we'll just go through a hands-on part of data visualization itself. We'll just explore how we will just deal with Python, and along with how you'll just deal with this Power BI tools and Tableau tools. And let me share my screen, and I'll just show you the basic data card itself. So as I have mentioned, so you need to explore data, so what it is all about, and we'll just go through. I'll show you the data card itself. So you'll just get known to so what is data is all about and what we are visualizing. Let me share my screen. So I hope you people can stare at my data screen.
Yes, Sai.
Yeah. Thank you. So this is all about like planet data. So when the planet is being discovered, so what is its name? And you have something also, what are the metrics regarding the planet itself? So let's say it's orbital periods, what is the radius of the planet and which, what is the discovery year, in which year it's have been discovered, and whether what kind of planet it is, either a gas giant or a super Earth. So these constraints are considered. So this is all about your data, and so this is where I have predefinedly have downloaded the table. You can have a multiple formats to download this, and even with an SQL query, you can just ingest the data into your environment itself, right? And now, right now, we'll just go through so how we can visualize through Python itself. Let's consider. I'll just brief it what I have just done, so we'll just get known to what's happening. So these are the libraries what we have mentioned. So NumPy and Plotly and Pandas. These are the required libraries to Pandas will deal with the data analysis, and NumPy deals with all the numerical data. Plotly, and it's used for visualizing your data. Matplotlib, Plotly, and Seaborn you'll be using for visualization itself. And right now, so we are using an SQL query to get known to. So whatever this URL will ingest the data from previous data card itself, and it will convert entire thing into a data frame. So it's simply a format which pandas can understand, right? So you can get now to so 6,273 exoplanets data have been ingested, and right now we need to pick a fewer constraints itself. It's not about dealing with entire data, and we'll just consider a few of the columns or data we'll just be dealing, and we'll just go through. So the basic data cleaning is, so there might be missing values and empty values within data. I'll just remove all the empty values, and I'll just make a future engineering with, so categorizing planets according to, with respect to our Earth radius, right? So it's all about PL is nothing but your planet. So these are the naming conventions. Radius that are all about a radius, and this is how you can map things away. And so choices, we need to segregate what planet type it is. Let's say, so different planets hold different environment. It might be rocky, super Earth, and Neptune-like planets, and gas giants, right? So this is how we have done we have cleaned the data and have performed future engineering. And for clustering, we have used sklearn. So it's a minimal ML implementation within data visualization where you will be, so since it's a planetary data, so which will be a complex thing. So we'll just go through. So I have made visuals. We'll just skip to visuals itself. So now you can just go now to, so after cleaning whatever the planets count we have been gone through. So it's 1989 planets. And what is the average Earth mass? So 660 planets upholds the average Earth mass similar to us. And so we have different discovery methods here. So which planet? So we can just get known to. So what is the amount of or a proportion of methods also they have used to get known to discover the planet itself. So you can get known to, so this is a basic scatter plot which you can just get known to. And right now the screen is being shared, and there won't be you can just go through 3D cluster view instead. So this is all about a scatter plot which provides you the dispersion of planets. So you can just get known to what type of a planet it is and how they segregated to each other. And you can just get known to, so what is a variable analysis with, so how the data planets map together with, so according to whatever the radius they uphold, the number of planets within that specified range. And you have an interaction over your 3D cluster view of, so each data point itself upholds. So you can just get known to placing your cursor will just tell you what is the planet name and with respect to what is the trace it is and how they differ to each other. And X and like this three-dimensional axes provide you the same proportion of how they fare to each other or how the distance between them. So within this 3D visualization, so we have like you can just go through. So it's the same planets how they align together in the space itself. So this is how we just go through visualizing through Python interactively, and these are some few basic charts you can just go with a 3D plots. And right now it's fine with, and we'll just go through the same data set itself. We'll explore through Tableau, like the tool, Power BI tool, like I think can just go through. So the BI tool with a Tableau, I'll just go through. So what are the charts we have been picked and list the same thing. I think I hope. I hope my screen is being shared to you. No, I'll share my Tableau screen. Oh, this is a basic data card which we have explored previously. So this is same things, a planet name, planet radius, and the mass, what it is. The same thing. It is a clean data set itself. So within Excel, I have removed all the empty values and null values, and I have removed all the inconsistencies. And you can just get noted. So we have 36 fields and 6,272 rows which depicts. So these my values we uphold. And let's see. I'll just tell you the problem statement and we'll just go through. So why we have picked this chat. Let's see. I need to know which planets have been discovered. Look, so how many planets have been discovered in specific year. So the same thing I have a column with, you can imagine, so the table itself which upholds this visuals. So with the columns, I will just go through discovery year. So which year have been discovered and same as, so what is the planet name? So you can just get known to the planet name itself. Right now, I think it is not being included. You can just get known to, so how many planets have been discovered in specific year. This is a line chart which goes with to deal with all your historical data or time series data. So now you can just get known to, so Nature, in 2016, there is a distinct count of planet names where you have 1,432. So these number of planets have been discovered. So you can just get known to the specific year where a more number of planets are being discovered. And this is a step kind of representation of area chart, and usually it would be looking like somewhat this. So this is a default area chart where you like line chart itself. So which depicts you the time series itself, right? And we'll just get known to, so how they are being distant with each other. So each planet. So you can just get known to descendant is a value, so they uphold how distance are they being together with a planet. So you can just get known to this galactic map and how planets are being scattered out, right? And this is all regarding so how planets are dispersed. And let's say I need to go with even prior to this. So I'll make a scatter chart where I'll just go with a field line, how the planets align together with a specified constraint. You can just get known to. So you can whatever the line, it's a, so for scatter plot you're using a line to just get known to. So how the data is being like it's all about how the planets are being scattered. That's it. And so I'll just go through the storyboard, and prior to this we have some visual called a Sankey diagram, and we'll just be going through this. I think it's been taking time to load. Yeah. So it's all about our regular mapping itself. Somehow it's an advanced visual which maps together, like you can just get known to. So whatever the planet it is, so and the discovery method even they're mapping to, so what planet type it is. So you can just get known to selecting a few things, and it will take time to reflect, right? You can just get known to filtering out things in such way. And right now we have done charts. We'll just go through the visuals itself. So the dashboard, it is how the dashboard would look like, and this is how we can just analyze things, and so we can filter things out here. And right now we can just go through the storyboard itself. So let's see how the storyboard would look like. Let's see. So the first chart itself, uphold so the golden age of cosmic discovery. How many plants have been discovered in this specific year, and for decades it have been. So you can just get into storyboard and which will be so the sequential flow of how they have been, right? And this is all regarding a Tableau. And we'll just conclude it with a Power BI dashboard. I'll just show you an e-commerce dashboard and what are the constraints, and it will be fine for you. I hope you people can stare at this Power BI screen. And so let's see. So it's all about the e-commerce sales dashboard. It's all about the sales thing, which products have been sold over a period of time within the the segregation by state and the sum of quantity amount, like what is the payment mode have been made, either it can be a debit card, COD or other things. And let's focus on the key performance indicators itself. So this is the amount of sum of amount made within this specific quarter. So the entire financial is being divided into 4 equal quarters. So this is, you can just go through for the first quarter, what are the key performance indicators like sum of amount and quantity sold, sum of profit and average order value have been gone through. So you can just get known to so which state have made a more profit over, and you can just get known to so what is the payment mode they have been preferred, and here are the names who have made more sales over the period of time. So who bought the items, that's it. And same as a profit by month, so you can just get known to, so with January there is a huge profit, and what are the profits, so sum of amount by quantity, so which products have made a more profit and the specific product itself, right? The same thing is followed with second quarter, third quarter and fourth quarter. This is how you just interact with your visuals. And this is as far a visualization with Power BI and Tableau and Python. And if you have any doubts, you can just ask me right now. So no worries, you can just ask. You are fine with or comfortable with your Telugu, you can just go through even. Yeah, okay. If there are no doubts, we can move on with a workshop on cloud. So let's go through. So what is a cloud, and let's continue with. Sorry, just a second. I'll share my. Yeah, hi guys. We'll get started with this cloud. So hope you all have an idea about what is cloud. So I've been hearing to these words like Google Cloud. So now you are storing all your drive data within your cloud itself, right? So you are accessing your Google Photos. So just go through. So what is cloud? Cloud itself. So just go through. So cloud is nothing but the visualization of actual computation itself. Right now, people who can you can just mention so what is all cloud is all about, or if you have any basic idea on cloud, you can unmute yourself, or you can keep it in the chat box too. Okay, no worries. We'll be discussing this. So cloud is all about your computational resources. Let's imagine you having, so you need to set up any company or any startup. So you require more of a computational services like whatever the GPUs or CPUs. So these can be considered as a computation itself. I think someone have. So accessing data through online servers. Yeah, this can be one among the things we can go through the cloud. And cloud is used to store and retrieve the data of people. Surely, yeah. So the thing is, so cloud is way more ahead than this. And right now, so we people are getting on to these things like we are storing our pics in Google Photos or you're using OneDrive. So these are cloud technologies itself. So you can instead you can cloud technology it considered under a subset of cloud computation and cloud technology, and storage is one among them. So cloud is all about the concept of virtualization. So the delivering computational services over the internet. So the basic system and you have an internet, you can access your data, you can perform all of whatever you can require, whatever the computation you require. So everything is provided through virtualization. So whatever the servers, setups and the physical systems, you are mimicking the physical systems over the internet itself. You are providing sources over the internet. And the thing is all about a cloud is, so it's all about computation and it's more scalable and it's quite more affordable than setting your own physical systems. And right now cloud is being providing as like pay as you go. So you need not to have a monthly subscriptions or any other things to have a computational resources. Instead, you can just go through, so whatever the resources you are utilizing, you will be billable to the specific amount itself. And mostly you are getting on to the software as service and infrastructure as service, right? And platform as service. And we'll just discuss this few things about here. So software as service, you need not to build anything. You can utilize the application itself. And infrastructure as service, when you require the computational resources like computational units, like let me. So cloud technology lets you access storage, software, computing, power, online. So like that's the thing itself, right? So regarding platform as service, you can you are not provided with, you can uphold the servers, so your own server, and you can't go with the automatic scaling. So these are how cloud helps us to go with the different solutions for our different problems. And we'll discuss the major cloud for platforms like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and GCP. And as we are so most well known to this AWS even, so most of this around 80 to 90% of people are utilizing AWS as the interface is easier and they have more of resources. And people use Azure mostly right now. So there are more integrations towards Azure itself because so it upholds more scalability with resources and over a time. So it's quite older than the AWS itself. And GCP right now it's emerging and with an overall users of 5 to 6% people are utilizing Google, but right now it's emerging at a greater level. So cloud itself upholds the major things like, so it will provide you the storage resources and the building resources and along with the microservices itself. And right now we can just get known to, so what are the concepts of cloud? You can just get known to, so what does a cloud include, and so how the cloud is being architected. And this is how you just go through, so what are the foundation concepts and advanced concepts in cloud applications itself. And so what are the prerequisites for your cloud? So a basic system with a good internet, and even if a better processing power, it would be great, and the stable internet and basic networking. So these are the three basic constraints you need to go through. You need to use a cloud itself. So what is the cloud computing? It's all about your storage and processing power and databases. So these are the three main constraints that deals with your cloud computing. And rather setting your local systems or any other things, you'll just use internet to access whatever you require. Let's imagine you can access your drive right over there, right? So it's the drive data is not being stored within your mobile or anything. So it's been streaming from right from the data center itself. So how the cloud works? So it's not a simple physical thing, right? So the regular database itself, you just stream your data, you can store and retrieve your data with a single command. So it doesn't work that way. And backendly, it upholds a complex systems where you will be consisting of your remote servers with a remote regional based data centers. So it's all about a complex mechanism of how the cloud works. And I think we have discussed this, how the Google Photos and movies on Netflix stream to your application, right? So what are the types of cloud services? We have software as services, where within the browser itself you can access any of the applications, right? And platform as services, you can build apps like, so right now you have a Google App Engine, and the Gen tools like within the Azure, you can build your applications within a cloud environment itself. And infrastructure as service, as I need to deploy my application, so it upholds and it requires more of a computation, so I can deal with this infrastructure as service. I'll have the number of computational units like a CPU, whatever the amounts of CPU I require, and whatever the GPUs I require. So these things can be considered with this types of cloud services. So what are the key benefits of our cloud? So it's cost efficient, right? So if the physical servers would take a lot of amount to just set up itself, and you can utilize at a minimal amounts, you can access the same services within the cloud itself. And scalability, and physically scaling, it requires more of a capital itself. And the cloud adds itself, so it have auto scaling feature itself, and you can access it with anywhere, and if you have a basic internet itself. And more of the cloud provides you the security. When it's not about, so people have a conception of cloud is all about deploying or storing your applications. It's more of your security and reliability too. So what are the key benefits of cloud? So we have a concept of containerization, so which upholds, so packing all your application into one, like it's the same thing view, packing every required thing within a container, and you're deploying, so which will be a standard thing and which will be running over. And the second thing is, so scaling. So Kubernetes is one such thing which developed by Google, so which deals with the replication of pods. So it follows the pattern of pods, which, so it's all about replication. So for 100 users, it might be sufficient, your application might be. What if the traffic loads increases to 200 or 300, which itself replicates. So for the 300 users, there is a 3 applications are running on the same system itself. And microservices, it is all about combining multi-clouds or different services together to make application itself. And we have discussed this containerization. It is how Kubernetes auto scales itself based on the things. And for an efficient cloud or any other things, so you need to be following the CBR things, that is certifications towards all your cloud itself, so what you uphold, and projects on cloud itself, so based on the project level, so they can understand so how complex you are and how reliable you are towards the cloud itself. And so more of what projects will be included with your cloud itself is, so it'll deal with real world problems, like real world deployments and real world scaling, and hands-on with real world integrations like machine learning and artificial intelligence, and whatever the industry requires, will just be building whatever the things, so whatever it requires. And as far this is all regarding, so effective learning outcomes and what are the career opportunities in cloud. So these are like there are different constraints within the cloud itself. So there is a cloud engineer who designs and implements the manages cloud infrastructure, so how the things would be mapping to the, and DevOps engineer who deals with the data pipelines and deployments, and there is a data engineer so who maintains this data pipelines, and AI developer and cloud consultant. So these are the career opportunities. And as far this is fine with the cloud, and if you have any queries, you can reach me out, and you can keep it in the chat box too. Now you can unmute yourself and just go through. Yeah, hi Vijay.
Yes, Sai.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, fine. Neil, you can just take out the session. And I think Danny Asher has some.
Yeah. So even with cloud infrastructure and high like bandwidth, so why do 4K streams and live matches like IPL still sometimes? So it's all about sustainably, so it's not about the streaming itself, not upholds your internet itself. So even at some case, so it depends on that live traffic itself. As you know, so whatever the 4K streams in live matches, as you have a greater traffic over the application itself, and even whatever the scaling we have done, and so it might also there are issues with an internet or a streaming services as you these streamings relies on a region basis. So there might be an internal issues, and so which makes it far difficult, and it upholds more ofly, so it will be fewer streaming issues right now. And I think the regional basis, and somehow there is an issue of latency, however it is, right? So it might be issue with the internet itself or streaming itself or your so the server itself. So these are the main issues with the streaming itself. And as you know, 4K streaming it upholds how large the data itself it upholds, and it's very hard to just stream the 4K streaming to entire population itself, right? Hope this is fine as far right now. And if you have any other queries, you can just go through. I think, yeah, hi Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Mr. Neelakanteshwara will just continue with the workshop on IAML. So,
Yeah, thank you, sir. You guys, hope I'm audible. Please let me know I'm audible, and wait, I will share my screen. Yeah, guys, please let me know I'm audible and my screen is visible. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for your confirmation. Yeah, guys, good morning all, and welcome to this webinar. And I mean, welcome all again. And now today we're discussing about the one more topic. Yeah, good morning, guys. Next topic, there is a AI, machine learning, and a generative AI. That means in today's class, we are not discussing about the just definitions. We are understanding about the beyond the things like how the AI can make a predictions in a real life, and how AI is in a real life, and how this machine learning can work, and how why this AI, generative AI becoming us so powerful, and how these technologies impact on the industries or in a real life strategies. And then we discuss about one more important point, that is how they are impact or how they are powering on our careers, education, and in the future impact, the future workforce. Okay, that's what we're discussing. And before I'm starting this session, please, I want to ask you one question, like, how many of you use it today, a ChatGPT, or it may be a YouTube recommendations, or it may be a what, any Instagram reels, whatever it is. Okay, how many of you use these things? Please let me know that. It may be a usage of ChatGPT, or it may be usage of any YouTube recommendations, or any Instagram reels, or if you search it for any documents. Yeah, so Jana, I'm using ChatGPT. Yeah, good. Okay, that means if you are using that things, okay, whatever it is, okay, if you are watching our Instagram reels, okay, whatever the things you use, yeah, Insta reels, okay, these all are powered by AI. That means you are, congratulations, you are already working with the AI. Okay, so that means here it is not a new thing. Okay, it is already thing. It is already in our life. That's what we discuss now. We start the one more important question, that is, why are we talking about AI today? That means why? Because here it is AI already in our part of life. Yeah, as you just said that you are using cloud, whatever the things, Gemini, what they all are powered by AI only behind. And now why we are talking about this AI means already in our daily lives, and it is each and everywhere in the industry are using this AI for automate the task and save the time, and it transforms the how we learn and how we work and how we communicate also. Why only now? Why? Because it is not a new thing here. But why we are discussing AI now on today's only, right? Why? Because in a early years, AI is only for research labs only. But now AI is open for everyone, and everyone are using AI. Okay, and now see here, if you take some real life examples where we are using AI means, okay, AI can be using in a different applications like for personalized movie recommendations. For if you take a Netflix or any Amazon Prime videos, and you can use it for a Google Assistant or any Siri. Okay, and if you take any smart recommendations, product recommendations like a Flipkart and a Amazon. Okay, and you can use these things for fraud detections in a banking also. Okay, these are the real life examples where we are using a AI. Okay, and completely we discuss about you are already using AI every day, even if you don't realize it also. Okay, that's the thing about AI, and that is how we are using AI already. But now, why we are talking about now means, in the earlier, AI is about only for research labs, but AI is now AI is open for everyone and every industry from small startup to a big MNC company. Okay, each and everyone are using this AI for to improve their efficiency and to automate the task and to save the time for different purposes. Okay, and this AI can change our how we learn the things and how we work with the it changes the workforces and how it changes the communication also. Okay, that's the thing about AI. And now we see about what AI does, right? Now we see about what AI exactly. Okay, now see here what AI exactly means. AI is nothing but means artificial intelligence is nothing but here where it is giving the capability to the machines that can perform or that can make a decisions, perform a task or make a decision that actually requires the human intelligence. That means what is meant by human intelligence? What is meant by human intelligence means the humans can make a decisions. Okay, the humans can reasoning. Okay, humans can think, they can learn, and they can what we call make a decisions and recognize the faces. What are the things? Okay, these are all done by the humans, and the same things are mimicking are by the some special AI systems. Okay, that means AI systems can enable the machines to think, learn, and make a decisions. This is the main use of usage of the artificial intelligence, and it tries to simulate like a human intelligence. Human intelligence is nothing but that's what we discussed around. It is nothing but humans can learn, they can think, they can act according to the situation, and they can reasoning, they can create a new content. Like these all are powered by the AI. That means the AI is mimicking all these human skills, but without any human interventions or without any human intelligence. That is nothing but the artificial intelligence. And these artificial intelligence are using real life examples. Like if you take the examples like for unlocking your phones, and if you take a Google Assistants like a Google Assistants or any Alexa, or in the concept of self-driving cars and in the custom chatbots. Okay, these are powered by the AI. That means in the background, these all are powered by AI, and these are working with the AI. There is the artificial intelligence. That means AI, finally we say that AI is nothing but the making the machines that can behave like a human in specific task. Okay, this is nothing but the artificial intelligence. Okay, I'm repeating one more time. Here we are giving the capability to the machines that can mimic like a human. Okay, without any human intelligence, they can mimic like a human. That means they can think, they can learn, they can reasoning, they can make a decisions. they can create the contents. Okay, that means they can perform in a different task, like how humans can think, how humans can do. Okay, that is nothing but the artificial intelligence. Okay, this is about artificial intelligence, and that means, but AI is nothing but a one big umbrella, and inside AI we have a one of the most and successful concept that is called the machine learning. Okay, now we are discussing about what machine learning is. Okay, machine learning is a subset of AI, and we call it the machine learning is the heart of the AI. Why? Because without machine learning, AI can't get that much power. Okay, that means what is AI? Already we told you that. What is AI means? It can make a decisions, make the predictions. If any machine make a decisions or making a predictions or it is a reasoning, okay, it is nothing but a artificial intelligence. And how the machines get that power means with the help of this machine learning concept. That's why we call it as a machine learning is the heart of the AI. And it is the one of the subset. Okay, now we see about what machine learning is. The machine learning is nothing but it is learning from the data. That means in a previously before machine learning in the earlier days, we are working with the traditional programming. At that time, we are writing the instructions manually. That means we are making the rules one by one manually. And after making the rules, that means we are giving the machines and the machines can act according to the rules. But now in the machine learning, instead of writing the rules manually, here we are giving the data to the machines and they can learn the patterns in the data. They can recognize the patterns in our data, and according to that, they can write their own instructions. Okay, that means in a traditional programming, okay, wait a second. In a traditional programming, we are giving the input and plus we are giving the rules. Okay, now, okay, here we are giving the input and the rules. At that time, here it gives the, now the machines can give the output. Where? In the traditional programming in the earlier days. But now, we are giving the input plus output to the machine, and the machine will generate its own rules. Okay, that is the biggest shift from traditional programming to the machine learning. Because there is a chance, if you write rules manually, there is a chance for mismatching the rules, or if you miss any rules or misleading the rules, that means there is a chances, right? But when it comes to the things, and it takes some huge amount of time, and it is very complexity to write the each and every rule also. But when it comes to the machine learning, here we don't need to write the rules. That means here we are giving some set of inputs and the outputs. And based on that input and output, it is going to make an own rules. I will let you know what are the inputs and outputs later. Okay, that means here, it is nothing but instead of writing the rules, here we are training the systems with the data. Okay, and the systems can learn the patterns or can recognize the things, what are the relationships between the inputs and outputs. And according to that, it is going to make a predictions on the new data. That means, suppose, here, instead of, okay, suppose I'm taking one program. That means here I'm taking some thousands of cat images and the dog images, and I am giving this data to the machine learning model. And this machine learning learns the patterns and the features in the each and every images. Okay, and after that, if I give the new data or a new image, then it can recognize the thing whether it looks like probably a dog, and this image looks like probably a cat, like that. That means here we are giving the instructions, we are giving the data, not giving the instructions. Here we are giving the data, and it can make a rules and it can make the patterns. According to that, it makes the predictions on the new data. Okay, that is nothing but the machine learning, and that is a shift from traditional programming to the machine learning. Okay, this is about the machine learning. And now see here the real world examples, like where we can use this machine learning means we can use this in real world like a email spam detections. That means here we are giving some set of emails. Okay, that if you take this email, okay, in a traditional programming, the programmers manually write the each and every rule to detect the spam mails. Okay, but when now here we are giving some set of normal mails and a spam mails. That means here we are giving the input and the output also to the machine learning. What is the input here? The mail ID, and we are telling which it is the mail body, not mail ID, the mail body, a mail, and the we are giving the output, that is whether it is a spam or a not spam. That like that here we are giving both input and output, and by recognizing by the input and the relationship between the input and output, by it recognize the patterns and write the features of all those things. According to that, it can make the predictions on a new mail, whether it is probably a spam mail or a not spam mail. And we can use it for a house price predictions. We can use it for a product recommendations. Like if you use any, if you are using any, if you are searching for any product, any Amazon or any Flipkart, okay, then again you can get the ads of that one in the YouTube, or it may be Instagram, or if you any take any Facebook, like that. Why? How they get these ads? That means if you search any product on the Flipkart or it may be Amazon, okay, same product ads or the advertisement you get in a Instagram Reels, or if you get in a YouTube, or if you get the same thing in a Facebook. How they get me? Behind that, this machine learning can work for product recommendations and for credit score systems. Okay, these are all powered by the machine learning algorithms, machine learning things. Okay, and that means finally we say that what is the machine learning is? Machine learning is nothing but learning from the data instead of programming every step. Okay, here instead of manually programming each and every step, here we are giving the data to the machines, and the machines can learn from the data, and they are going to make up predictions. This is about the machine learning. Okay, and finally say that how it works means here we are giving the input data and learn the algorithm, and what it learns means here learns the patterns or features from the input data, and it creates a model, and model is used for the prediction purpose. This is about the machine learning. Okay, this is about AI and machine learning. This both AI is used for making up predictions, and machine learning is used for learning the data. That means here with the help of the machine learning, we are giving the power to the AI to make a decisions. Right? This is about AI and machine learning. It's clear, guys? Have any doubts up to now about AI and machine learning? I hope it's clear. Okay, if you have any doubts, so please let me know in the comment box. I will chat box. I will let you answer that things. And next we're discussing about a generative AI. This is a new concept. That means up to now we discussed about AI and machine learning. Both are used for prediction purpose, right? That means here AI is used for prediction or making decisions, and for this machine learning gives that power to make a decisions and predictions. But when it comes to the generative AI, it is a part of AI only. But instead of analyzing the things, here it is going to create a new content, generate the new contents. Okay, in the form of different forms like a text, images, audios, and a code. Okay, and even more. And here see that means that's what I mentioned, like here it goes beyond the analysis. That means it creates a new content. Beyond the analysis, it creates a new content. That means here also it learns from the data only. That means here it also needs the data. So because if they want to create a new content, if I want to deliver the webinar, okay, before that I need some data about the things. Okay, based on that thing also, I will train, I will learn, and according to that, I will deliver the things. Okay, same like that, the missions of all the things. Okay, if they want to take a decisions, they need the data. If they want to generate the things, they want the data. Okay, that means it learns the pattern from the large data sets, and based on that data, it is going to generate the output like a humans. Like the best examples are, if you take a chart, okay, so much so many people are say that we are using a Grok, we are using the Cloud, we are using the chat GPTs. Okay, that means these are all powered by the generative AI only. That means they can create the new content. If you take in a text, they can create. Okay, if you take a images, they can create. The best example for image creation, if you take any Google Nano Banana, Gemini AI, okay, that is the best example. That means they can create the text and they can create the images. They can create the content. That means if you give the text of a image by describing the image, they can create the image what you described in the form of a text. Okay, and they can create the coding also, and they can create the audios, and they can create the videos. Like that means they can create the multiple things. The best examples, if you take a ChatGPTs that can generate the text, or ChatGPTs, Grok, Cloud. Okay, that's what we are using already. These are all powered by this generative AI. That means finally generative AI is nothing but AI that can create, not just like the analyze. That is nothing but the generative AI, generative artificial intelligence. Okay, this is the thing. And now we see about the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and generative AI. That means if you have a maybe a little bit confusion about all those things. Now we discuss about the difference between all those things in a briefly. AI is nothing but it make this intelligent decision making. That is nothing but the AI. And machine learning is nothing but here the learning from the data to make a predictions. Generative is nothing but creating the content, okay, in the form of different forms like a text, images, generation. This is about AI, machine learning, and Gen AI. In simply, we say that AI is a broad field of machine learning intelligence. Machines can intelligence. That means here you see the larger circle that is represents the artificial intelligence. Okay, that means here it is a broad field of making a machines intelligent. And inside that we have a machine learning. Okay, that's what I've already told that. This is the main important part. Why? Because here with the help of the machine learning, the machines becomes intelligence. Okay, so it is a heart of the machine learning also, and this machine learning is nothing but it is a giving the systems can learn from the data, and inside that we have a generative AI. Okay, that means the systems can create a new content. And how this will create a new content? With the help of the LLMs, that is a large language models. Okay, they can give the reasonings, and I mean that means already they train with a huge amount of data. Okay, and with the help of those things, they are going to create a new content. Okay, this is about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and generative AI. That's it. Okay, now try to understand about how these technologies are used in the real world industries. Okay, now we see about the things. The real world applications of AI in a modern industries. That means how these applications or these technologies can impact on our modern industries. Okay, we have more examples, more things. So see here we have a healthcare. That means in healthcare we use these technologies for disease predictions, medical imaging analysis, okay, automation, and personalized treatment recommendations. That means here based on the scannings or based on the MRI scans or it may be X-rays, they can predict the disease of a patient, and they can predict the severity of the disease, and they can suggest to the personalized recommendation for each and every patient based on their lifestyle, based on the stage of the disease, based on the what we call severity of the disease. Okay, stage of the disease or severity of the disease, and based on their lifestyles. Okay, they can give the personalized treatment recommendations for each and every patient. And we can use this same for education also to make an intelligent tutoring systems, AI-based learning platforms like that. It gives the for same question, it gives the answer for different audience. That means if you if you take a ChatGPT or if you take a Gemini, whatever it is, if you give the same question only, but you mention the target audience. That means if you mention like I'm a weaker student and I have a poor knowledge, or I have already knowledge on this one. Okay, and I want to elaborate these things. That means if you mention the target audience, it gives the answer for different ways. For the same question only in a different ways. That means for a weaker student, it gives a different answer. For a strong, that means knowledgeable student, it gives a different answer. That means for each and every student, that means AI-based learning platforms, it gives a personalized learning things for each and every thing based on your knowledge and based on the target audience. Okay, and now we can use this in the finance also for fraud detections and credit scoring, algorithm trading and risk assessments. Like if it is mainly used in, if you take an example like a loan approvals. Okay, that means here we can use an AI. And I got one question like AI applications are used for also fraud detection and financial. Yes, definitely. Jayanth Reddy, yes, definitely that's what we're discussing, right? It is used for fraud detection and risk assessments. Like if you are doing any uncommon transactions, like if you are doing any high transaction at a middle term, that means normally if you are opening, okay, the age of your account is for suppose 2 to 3 years, but in these 3 years you did any normal transactions in between 10 to 50,000 like that, in between, in this range. But in suddenly if you did any huge transaction like a 10 lakhs or 5 lakhs like that, at the time it raises a flag. It suddenly if you do a transaction in a foreign countries, any away countries, abroad countries, at the time it raises a flag like there is a chance for fraud. Okay, like that. Okay, like that it can make a predictions. It can detect the fraud transactions, and we can use the same in a industry also. For industry, we can use digital twins. Digital twins is nothing but here we have two digital systems and they can interact with each other without any human. That means they can interact with each other and they can work according to that one. That means without any human intelligence, without any human interventions, they can work together. Okay, that is nothing but the digital twins. And robotics, automation, and industrial IoT analytics, that means for predictive maintenance. That means based on some sensors data, suppose if you take any machines, okay, based on some sensor data like humidity or any current consumption, and if you take the acoustic or the vibration of the machines, based on these data, we are going to predict the remaining lifestyle or remaining lifetime of that machine. Okay, but to do this one, we maintain that machines perfectly without any unplanned downtimes. Okay, and we have one question like, and also use it for transportation and self-driving. Yes, definitely we are using this one for transportation. That's what I mentioned now. See here, we use this thing in a transportation, in a self-driving cars. Okay, and in a traffic predictions and for route optimizations. That means if you take a best example like Google Maps. Okay, how Google Maps predicts the things. Okay, that means here based on by considering some different sorry guys, by considering some different constraints like the conditions of the road. Okay, and that is there any traffic. Okay, and based on your vehicle type. Okay, again by considering all the things, we can give the best optimized route and they can predict the timing also. Right? How do you perform these things? And self-driving cars, that's what we discussed when we said that Jayanth Reddy, right? Okay, same like that, we can use these things in a self-driving cars also. Okay, to observe the environment, to detect the environment, and based on the environment and surroundings, they're going to take a decision, right? So, for doing all this, for observing the environment and the surroundings, we are using this AI. And we can use these things in a entertainment. Like for movie recommendations, the best example is the Netflix and the Amazon. Okay, this Netflix and Amazon are using movie recommendations. How if you are watching one movie, automatically it suggests the some recommended. Okay, so it gives the some recommended movies. How they give that movies means in a background it is powered by the AI. And next ARML. Okay, next we have a music recommendations. Best example for this is a Spotify and personalized content. Okay, that means if you take Instagram, okay, it gives the personalized reels, personalized feed for each and every customer. Okay, that means for each and okay, if you take observe the things by taking your by comparing with your friends' mobiles or the things. Okay, for each and every account, they give us some different feeding. How they give such that different feeding means based on that priority. That means based on their previous watch histories, based on their interest, they can suggest you the things. Okay, that means how they will suggest how they will suggest the different reels or different feed means okay behind this it is powered by ML or AI. That's the thing. Okay, these are some applications. These are not some applications only. These are some applications, some domains where we are using this AI. Okay, guys, this is about the thing. And now we see about that's what up to now we discussed about what AI and what ML, what generative, all those things. Based on our past searches, they gives us the content we wanted to watch the instantly. Yes, definitely. Deepak Roshan, yes, definitely. Based on the past searches and based on the past watched things, okay, what you watched, all those things, okay, okay, they will suggest you the things. Okay, that's the thing. And now we see about the thing up to now we discuss about theoretically. That means what is the AI, what is the machine learning, and what is the generative AI, and we see about what some what real world applications also. Okay, now we try to see about the things. Can machines really predict the real world values? They can really solve the real world problems. We see about now the thing practically. Now see here, let's consider the real world problem that is a predictive maintenance. That means here we are predicting the missions remaining lifetime. That means is there a probability of no failure or a failure? Okay, if you take any ACs, okay, the best example, okay, because already we know what AC is, right? So here I'm considering some based on some important factors. By considering some important factors, that is, I'm taking a current, vibration, acoustic, and a temperature. By considering these things, by considering these factors, I am going to predict whether the AC is going to failure or no failure. That means if there is a chance. If I have a high probability for failure, then according to that, I plan to maintain that one. That means maintenance, I have make a sub mechanics, all those things. I will plan the maintenance. But because here we can decrease the unplanned downtime. Right, unplanned downtime is nothing but if you are need, but it is a not working means that is a unplanned downtime. And if it is best for suppose if you take a big industries, okay, the most of the industries are using the machines. For if you take any car manufacturing, they are using the machines. If any one machine shutdowns with unplanned, with at that time they will lose some millions of amounts, right? Why? Because if one machine stops, the entire production process will stop, right? So according to that, by here we use this predictive maintenance to overcome that failure or to overcome that issues. Okay, but here I'm considering that current, vibration, and acoustic, temperature. Okay, by considering these things, we are going to predict the things. And here, the main question is, if we know the past data, we can predict the mission failure or not. It is possible or not. That means up to now we discuss about theoretically, right? And now we try to answer this question. That means let's see how this machine learning solves this problem. Okay, give me a minute. I will share my thing that practically I already implemented. I will share that one. One minute, guys. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, see here, I have my screen is visible, right? I'm in a VS Code now. Okay, I implemented the predictive maintenance code. Okay, I'll just show you the glance, like how it is going to implement all those things. Okay, here I have a raw data. Okay, this is my data. I take in. Observe it carefully. I'm zooming it. Wait, it looks better now. Now it is looks better, right? I think. Now here I'm taking a data. What the data I'm taking means, here I taking the mission ID, so for each and every missions, and timestamps and the vibration and the acoustic of each and every mission, the temperature, the current. Okay, you just leave about these values, no issues. And finally we say about the label. Label is nothing but 0 and 1. 0 means no failure, 1 means failure. Just remember that one. 0 means no failure and 1 means failure. That means by considering this, that means if you want to create anything, the machine learning model, that means we need a data. So I'm taking this data now. Okay. And what are the data here mentioned? We're taking the vibration, acoustic and temperature and the current. And based on this, here we're giving the output value also. That is a 0 means no failure, 1 means failure. Okay. That means here we are giving the input and the output to the data, machine learning. So here I am taking the data set like this. And here I have 1800s of rows. That means 1800s of data I have. Okay, that means the machine's failure or no failure. Okay, this is my data. That means before you are implementing any model, we need to collect that data. Here, this is my data. And in this, after collecting data, what we need to do means we are going to process the data. Okay, data processing. That means here I imported the necessary libraries. That means here I imported the pandas, numpy, skypes. Okay, that's for the necessary. Okay, this numpy and pandas for handling the data. I mean working with the data, and this skype for getting the Z score. Okay, that's why we need some what we call as a value set. That's evaluation matrix. Okay, that's all the things I imported here. And here I'm writing the method to load the data set from the any path. Okay, if you mention any path, okay, it can load the data set. And here I mentioned this code for splitting the data set. Splitting data set is nothing but dividing the data set into two parts. Into multiple parts, but here we have divided the data set into two parts. Why we need to divide the data set into two parts means, here one part is used for the training and one part is used for the testing purpose. Why? Because if you train that machine learning model on the 100% of data and there is no new data to test or to evaluate the model, right? If you evaluate the model on the same data, that is which you are used for training, that means it can't give that much accuracy. That means we can't tell how good the model is. If you want to know about if you want to tell how good the model is, we need a new data to predict that ones, right? So we need to split the data, and normally we take a 80 and 20% of data. That means 80% of data for training purpose and 20% of data for testing purpose. It is normally we take. But if you, based on the data and based on the problem we are solving, we can change the things also, like 75-30, 75-25, 70-30, like that. Also we can change, but usually we take 80% for training purpose and remaining 20% for testing purpose. Okay, and here I'm saving the file path. That means after dividing the data, we need to save. That means after dividing, some data is for testing and some data is divided for training purpose, right? We need to save that file separately. And here I'm cleaning the sensor data. That means here I'm finding is there any null values, or I'm rearranging the formats of the timestamp. But because if there is in a raw data, there is in multiple formats. If you take the data from multiple resources, at the time the data in a multiple formats, right? So at the time I'm converting those data into single format like this with the help of this. And here I'm finding is there any null values. Okay, if is there any null values, I'm replacing that values with some data, and that means for handling the null values. And here I'm cleaning the failure logs. This is the sensor logs, and it is a say failure logs. That is the output. And here I am selecting the feature engineering. Feature engineering is nothing but here we are selecting the features from the data set, and feature extraction is also. That means from one or from we are creating the new features. We are creating the new features by using the already existing features in the data set. Why? Because here already existing features that is not based on our problem, based on our data set. Okay, they will not suggest, they will not provide that much good results. So at the time we are 1 minute, guys. Okay, we are doing the data extractions. Okay, and next data extraction and data feature extraction and feature creation, that is comes under the feature engineering. That means here we are selecting the features, and if you want we can create the new features also with the help of the already existing features. Okay, that's the thing, that's what I did here. Okay, entire thing. And after that I created I call all the functions, that means data set path, create the save the files. Okay, I created all the methods, that's it. And after executing all these things, and I got this multiple data, that means processor data. This is the raw data. Okay, and this is the processor data. Okay, in this have a cleaned failure logs, clean the sensor logs, failure logs, all those things. Okay, it is a processor data. That means this data didn't contain any null values. This data is a pure data. That is, this is ready for machine learning process. Okay, this is about the data. First we need to do that process. We need to clean the data, and after that what we need to do means we are going to train the model. Okay, here I am training the model. Here I take the XGB classifier. Why? Because here I need to classify the things, whether the machine is going to failure or no failure, right? So here I am using the XGB classifier, XGBoost model for my machine learning data, and here I am loading the data set and prepare the data for machine learning, and here I am doing the split. Okay, and here I am training the XGBoost model, and here I am passing the test data for evaluate the model. Okay, here I am passing the X test, right? This X test data is using for evaluating the model. Okay, this is the thing, and after that here I am storing that model into I am dumping this model into one pickle file. What is the use of this pickle file means? It stores all the patterns of the machine learning model. That means whenever you need, you don't need to retrain the model again. But it takes a time. Because here if you have a high huge data, it needs to recognize each and every data, right? Each and every pattern. So for doing this process, it takes some time to do the thing. But here I'm creating that, I'm dumping that all the machine learning model into one pickle file. And what is the use of this pickle file means? Instead of rerunning the program when we need, this pickle file can run. That means this pickle file stores all the patterns of the model, and you don't need to rerun the entire model. If you use this pattern, then it can recognize the things, and it is used for prediction purpose also. Okay, this is the thing. And after that, here I created one dashboard also. Okay, these are some extra things. Okay, this is how we are going to implement the one ML model. Okay, now I'm trying to open that one. Run this one. Give me a minute. You see here, I'm running this one. Command like I'm running the backend. It takes a second. Give me a minute. Yeah, it shows that application startup completed. Now I'm running the front end. That is here I'm using the Streamlight to design that, to implement the front end. Okay, why? Because here it is a basic only, right? So I use the Streamlight. Okay, and give me a minute. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Now, sorry guys. Here I'm running the Streamlight. Okay, give me a minute. Now it redirects to the, automatically it redirects to the browser. There is a web page, whatever the thing, okay, and it is loading. Give me a minute. It takes a few seconds to load the screen. Yeah, guys. Observe here clearly. This is the basic predictive maintenance dashboard. Here we have the vibration, acoustic, temperature, and current. That means here we can give the input values, and that means here we have two options. Like we use this scroll bar, or if we give the increase and decrease things also. Okay, whatever the things. And default, if you this is a check boxes. Okay, taking the thing. If you select this or this one, then it can select this one. Or if you select this one, then it uses the slide bar. Okay, that is the thing. And here, this is the values. Okay, and okay, here after giving these values, here you click on the get predictions button. It takes a few seconds to make a prediction. And here it gives the failure prediction is a 0. That means no failure. No failure. And the probability of failure is a 0.0005. That means it is a good. That means based on these things, based on by considering these factors, the machine is going to, whatever the things, it is going to work fine. No issues with that one. Okay, this is the thing. And here it gives the explanation. That means what factors affects to the failure or a no failure. That means here all the factors are affected to no failure only. Okay, there is a explanation about the each and every factor. And here now observe the things. Here I am increasing the vibration, and I am increasing the acoustic, and also I am increasing the temperature. Here I am increasing the only three things. What is the one? Vibration, acoustic, and a temperature. I am not increasing the current. Just observe the things. And after that I am clicking on the get prediction and explanation button. Okay, it gives the failure prediction is the 1. Why? Because here we have abnormal increase of vibration and acoustic and temperature, right? So it makes the prediction process is a probability. There is a chance for failure. That is a high failure probability, and it is gives the 0.885. Okay. Now see, this is the thing. But observe this carefully. In the explanation bar, it see here. What the factors, which factors affects the system to failure means this acoustic, vibration, temperature only makes the system failure, but not the current. The current shows the in a blue only, normal things. Okay, that's what the thing. By considering these things, by considering these things also, we can take a decision. Okay, is there a sensor issue or is it actually the issue with the machine only? Okay, like this with the things we can make a decision. And this is the threshold. I think you know about the threshold, right? This is the boundary check. Okay, which comes below the 0.5, we consider it as a no failure. Above the 0.5, we consider as a failure. We can adjust the probability also. Okay, based on our needs. Okay, and by using the Kafka, we can direct the live data without any manual instructions. In Kafka, we can take the data, live data from the sensors for every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes based on our things, and automatically it takes the decisions. And if is there any chance for failure at the time, we can raise the things like any one alert message like that. We can add these features also. Okay, this is about the simple predictive maintenance dashboard. Okay, now that means with the help of this, we can answer the question, yes, we can really implement the products. I mean, machine learning is really solves the real world problems. Now we try to answer this question, right? It's clear, guys? Have any questions up to now? Okay, that's what the thing. Now we try to answer this question like, if we know the past data, we can predict the machine failure or not. Yes, we can do that one. Okay, now we try to solve that one also. And that means how we solved and prove that for machine learning. But what about generative AI? That means can AI generate the exactly what we want? That means we discussed about the thing which is the generative AI also, right? This generative creates a new content. Okay, but now question is that can generate the exactly what we want? Yes or no? Now try to answer this question. Try to figure out this one. Now see here. First we are going. If you take any ChatGPT or it may be any one AI tool, that is a generative AI tool, and you give the prompt like write a Python code for a login system. Okay, after giving the code, just observe the output and AI generates the code instantly and looks correct at the first time. Okay, now try to do that one. Okay, give me a minute. I'm opening the ChatGPT and this is the ChatGPT I'm opening. And I'm giving the same commands and the same prompt like write a Python code for login system. Okay, I'm giving the prompt and now see here. Wait a second. Yeah, it gives the username and here is a simple username and password hashing and it includes the user registration and login authentication also. Now check the code. Okay, it uses the password hashing. It's good, nice. And it generates first here register function that means user registration function. Here it uses the username, that means it asks for a username and it checks that user is already present in our dataset. If already exists, then you just print like a user already exists. But if is there not user, then it asks for the password and after entering the password, it is converted to the hashing and it displays one message also like a registration successful. It's good. When it comes to the login also, it checks username and takes the username and password and the entered password is converted to hash and it's checking with the previous stored password and it shows the login successful message. It's good. And if it is not equal, then it may give the invalid username or a password. It is wonderful now, right? Okay, this is the thing. Okay, you just take this. That means if you see about the things, it is generating the code perfectly but observe the things carefully. It is a production ready code. Just let me know the things. It is a production ready code, guys. Production ready code means if you can use in real life in any application. The same code. Here it gives some awesome code, right? It generates the code correctly only. But if you see about the things, it okay. But if you see about in depth, it is the production ready or not? Please let me know, guys. Anyone? This is a production ready code or not? I'm getting a lot of functions earlier. What about now? Deepak Roshan, Jayant Reddy, Sai Jayant Reddy, Harshita, Anita. Okay, we're all getting the answers right from Saujanya. Okay, observe the things carefully. It is not production ready. Why? Because in the registration we have the username. Okay, there is no validation. There is no error handlings. There is no database connectivity. Right. So now try to improve the prompting. Okay. Now here I'm giving that add validations. Okay. Now I'm going to the add validations. This takes a time. Okay. And now see here in the validation, it checks that if the username is less than 4 characters, then it returns the message like username must be at least 4 characters long and username must contain only letters. Okay, these are the things they added the validations for username. Okay, and here are the password validations. That means the length must and should greater than the 8. That means if it is less than 8, it mentions like a password must be at least 8 characters long and it must and should contains the alphabet letters, capital uppercase letters, small letter, lowercase letters and the digits and one special character also. These are the validations. This is now good, right? It is improving the things. And for registration purpose, it checks the things and if already exists, they mention like a username already exists. And after that, if it is not mentioned, just mention like your what we call as the enter password. And now it takes the confirm password also. Okay, like this. And user registration successful. And when it comes to the login system, Here also it checks the username and password. If it is in the username is not password, not in our data set, then it mentions like a user not exist. Otherwise, it mentions like a welcome and it prints like a username. That means based on if it is a whatever the user, okay, and it prints like that username here. Okay, that is it look better, but it is not production ready, right? It misses the some what we call the production ready code. That is, it misses the database connections and it misses some things, right? So now what I trying to answer them in discuss the things right to you is the thing is, can AI generate the exactly what we want or not? Yes. Now first we discussed about given prompt and we see the output and looks it get better, but we identified some issues like missing the validations and no database connections and no production ready code, all those things. And after that we improved the prompt like add requirements like a validation, error handlings, databases like this. Okay, and now next we observed some improvements after giving this after improving the prompt. Okay, and still not perfect. That means finally what I say is AI generates the output, but human intelligence is required to refine it. Okay, that means not only AI cannot do the things perfectly, but here also we need a human intelligence. Okay, that means so we AI replace the human completely. Let's discuss about the things. Okay, now we see about the how AI generates, right? Now try to answer the most important and the commonly asking question, that is, will AI replace the humans completely or not? Let's discuss the thing. Will AI replace the humans means yes, AI will replace the humans. Okay, if you say the things, if you ask the question like will AI replace the humans means, I will say that no, but they not completely replace the humans, but they will change or they will transform the workforce. But they will replace in some cases, like AI can replace in some situations like automation, like if is there any repetitive or routine task or for data pre-processing at high speed and for 24/7 availability and reducing the manual effort. That means for any automation or any common task or routine task or replace, okay, the AI only replace this type of task. But still, human intelligence are needed. Humans are still needed for creativity and innovation, critical thinking and decision making, and doing the understanding the real world context and according to that make a predictions and for handling the unexpected situation. That means for these purposes, AI can't do the things. That means after generating the AI also still needs the human intelligence. That means for reference the things. Okay, that's much if you take a real life example, if you take the previous example, I'm using such 1 minute guys. Why the layoffs are taking place at multinational companies, sir? Yes, I will try to answer that question also. I will try to answer this question. Definitely I will answer that question. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, and okay, if you take a real example, AI can generate the code, but it needs a debugging, it needs a customization, it needs a logical improvements. That's what we see about in a previous example. Okay, where when we are giving the thing to the ChatGPT. Okay, that means here it is not completely replace the things. Okay, but still we need a human intelligence. Okay, that means finally we see about that AI is a powerful tool. Not there is no objection in that one, but it still depends on the human intelligence. Okay, and now we see that AI will not replace the humans completely, but it will change how humans can work. Okay, now see about how this AI can impact on the future of AI. Okay, and Roshan, I think you asked the question, right? Why the layoffs are taking places at the multinational companies means this is the reason. Okay, now here we get the answer for that question. Okay, now see here. What is the future work of with AI means? how work is changing. In earlier, 10 people required for a completion of task, but now 1 to 2 people plus AI tools is enough. Okay, this is the reason why layoffs are occurring in the multinational companies. And you can ask me one question like, you are telling about, saying about AI will not replace the jobs. With the help of the AI, we can't allow the jobs. But here we are losing the 8 people's jobs, right? That means 80% of the jobs are removing, and instead of 100%, in the 100% of jobs, 2 people's jobs are okay, and remaining 80% is covered by the AI. And what about that 80% peoples? Then how the new jobs will take in place? Are those will? Yeah, definitely I will try to answer that one. I'm trying to answer that one also. And work is becoming faster and more efficient because of this reason, the multinational companies also removing the, doing the layoffs, removing the jobs. But what about that remaining 80%? What about that remaining 8 jobs means? All the jobs, and AI can't give a relevant information how that was rectified. I will, yeah, definitely. Now see here, but important change is jobs are not disappearing completely. New roles are being created. That means new opportunities are creating for those 80% of people. Why layoffs are doing means they are not interested. They are not adapting the AI. They are not working with the AI. Okay, that means jobs are creating. The jobs are not disappearing only, right? They are 80% of the jobs are 80% of the normal work. Just remember, 80% of the routine work are represented by the AI. Okay, to handling this routine work, handling the AI tools, we need 20% of the people. Okay, but what about the remaining 80% means they can transform themselves. Okay, if you can't update, if you can't update of a game, you are not interested to play the game also. That means a simple game needs update. But what about ours? What about our life? What about our future? Your future is also need an update. If you are not willing to transform yourself, then the what we call the society and the market, the whatever the company also not willing to work with you. Well, because here it be not only the AI will remove the jobs, it will create the new roles. And one more important thing, these new roles are the most promising and high paying jobs, the way which are 80% jobs, right? Those 80% new roles are the things for those 80% of the people. It can create the new opportunities, and these are the most promising and high paying jobs as compared to the normal jobs. Okay, and Ashir is talking about as a BCA student specializing in AI, or there are any tools or models we should focus on learning to keep up with growing industry demands and stay updated. Yeah, they will try the answer question. Okay, I will first complete this one. I will try to answer this one. And see here, what are the new opportunities means AI engineers or data scientists, prompt engineers, AI product developers. That means before AI, there is no opportunities for this one. And now they will have a huge demand for this one, and a huge demand and high paying jobs also for these opportunities. Okay, that means AI is not removing the jobs, it is transforming them. So we need to adapt that one. We need to update accordingly, and we need to transform ourselves according to that one. Okay, that's the thing. And finally, we say that AI will not replace you, but a person using AI will replace you. That means the future is not human versus AI. The future is human empowered by AI. Okay, just remember this one. AI is the future is not about humans versus AI. Okay, the future is about the humans empowered by AI. Okay, that's the thing. That's this. If you lack in this one, then those people is replaced by layoff in the MNCs. Okay, this is about the thing. I think you get the answer for this question like Deepak question for your question. Okay, and that means what I'm saying is try to transform yourself and try to update yourself with this technology. If you can't update means they can't show interest on you. Okay, that's the thing. And one more question. Which one? Sir, the AI replacing all jobs and AI can't give relevant information. How that was rectified? No, don't can't give that information. Okay, I'm not getting the question exactly. Sir, the AI replacing all jobs. Not they're not replacing. I think I have answered the question, Sir Roshan. I don't know. I'm not getting the thing exactly, Giant, ready. If you clarify the things. What are the best assistants needed to prompt engineering? Best assistants means if you need to mention like the main things in the if you are asking for any thing to the ChatGPT, what are the things? What are the prompt contains means it contains the things like what, okay, who, and the target audience. Like what the target, what the question you are asking. The question you need to mention clearly, and who. That means who are the target audience. Okay, and you need to give the time complexity, if is there any time requirement, all those things you need to mention that things. That means the prompt what you entered contains these things. Okay, what, who, where. Okay, based on those things it is going to get the best of the things. That means it completely depends upon our prompt only. Okay, the prompt assistance means this contains these things. Okay, what are the what you are mentioning, and who the what are the who are the target audience, and based on this things, I mean you can include all these things in your prompt, then it gives the best thing. And how can we build a strong AI portfolio? Okay, will do that one. I will try to answer the things. And as a, I mean, then is here as a BCA student specializing AI, and are there any tools or models we should focus on learning, keep up with growing industry demands and stay updated? Yes, guys. What are the tools and things means you completely work with, you need to see about the things. What are the tools I need to suggest is the best examples there are some AI things like in YouTube videos. We have some AI tools. I didn't recognize the channel names. Okay, later I will update the things also. Okay, these channels completely top four of the channels completely updating the AI about AI. Okay, in each and every day, and some channels are doing some repetitive 3 to 4 days, other things. Okay, that means you just follow those things and you get the things. What are the updations in the things? Okay, in the future. Okay, and how can we build a strong AI portfolio means, yeah, definitely I will, they will try to answer this question only in the next seminar. I will, maybe they will take the things. Okay, there we can get the things, how we can get the strong portfolio. That means if you, by doing most of the internships and some works, okay, some certification, not only for certificate, you need to work for the improving your knowledge. Okay, according to that, you need to get the things. Okay, by doing all those things, some internships and some attending for workshops and doing any certification courses. By doing all those things, you can improve the AI portfolio. And they will give you, and we are giving some instructions also to improve your portfolio. Okay, that's about the things. I mean about the AI and all those things. Okay, you have any questions up to now about technically? Please let me know. I will try to answer that question. For Bharati, they will, my future colleagues will guide you the things, how to build a strong AI portfolio. Okay, by doing some internships or some any certification courses, not do the certification for courses for certification. Okay, not do the courses for certification. Okay, try to do the courses for improving the knowledge. Okay, and Harshita is asked, okay, what kind of internships should we apply for? Okay, you can apply for the internships like which mainly focus on AI or machine learning, and the which are working with the hands-on, not like a theory. Okay, that means hands-on internships. Okay, they will try to involve in any projects and work for the things. Okay, and not like a theory. Theoretically, anyone can know and the things. Okay, they will definitely give the theory means it is a not industry needs the theory. Okay, they will working with the practical things. Okay, try to work with those things. And can AI make a human creativity less important in future in workplace? Can AI make human creativity less important in future workplace? Yeah, one more, Harshita. No AI, okay, no one AI can defeat the creativity of a humans. Humans are the more creativity than AI. In the future AI also. Why? Because humans have that much creativity. Why? Because with the help of AI, humans only, the AI will create it, right? Humans are the more creativity. But with the help of, by using the AI, human creativity is decreasing their selves. So try to use the AI in some situations, not in all the situations. Okay, and use our humans' creativity. Not you depends completely on the AI. Yes, AI will make the humans' creativity less important, but humans' creativity are more high dangerous than the AI creativity. Okay, AI is a limited work. It has some limitations. That's what we discussed today. AI will generate the things, but still humans' intelligence is needed. Humans are more creative than the AI. Okay, why? Because they can adapt the present things. Okay, but they can adapt the present environment. According to that, they can make the decisions. Okay, and how companies are actually using generative in a real world projects today, sir? Okay, actually, they are using for that means that's what I mentioned, like the automating the task. And voice is not coming. Shishi Reddy. Wait.
It's audible. It's audible, Neil. Cecilia, I think maybe a problem from your side. Check your bandwidth.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead,
Check.
sir.
Check this. Yeah. Yeah. Guys. How are companies actually using this generative in real world companies? Means to decrease the time. That means within the time they can give the more productivity. Like I already told you some code, right? That means here they are generating the code also. They are generating what we want, but that is not production ready. That is not completed by the things. That means we need to modify that one. We need to visit that each and everything. We need to debug the each and every line. That means each and every line we need to check, and we need to modify the code. Okay, that means here for doing that purpose, we need that knowledge. And this generative, how it helps in to our real world project means to decrease the time. That is the main important thing. And this is not a production ready. That is not for production ready. And they will use the things also. Okay, that means they will need the human intelligence also. And next, sir, at present, most of the work is the best companies like Tata are more depending on the machine and AI technologies as compared to the humans, and mainly how to control it and increase the manpower. No need to increase the manpower. Why? Because why we need to increase the manpower? Why here we have a AI that gives the things. Why we need to increase the manpower? That means I'm not getting the things. Mainly how to control it and increase the manpower. That is, if you are asking
See,
about the job related things.
Sonia, see, sorry to interrupt, Neil Gandeshwar.
Yeah, yeah.
So, entire the world is moving into the AI and machine learning, Sonia. So, instead of controlling it and increase the manpower, companies will see to reduce the cost and improve the revenue. So if the thing like AI is doing the 10 man's job, then definitely companies are getting into the getting hired the man who can work with AI. So instead of checking controlling it, you need to upskill yourself to get into the AI skills. So if you are having the skills, then definitely the company will hire you to work with AI instead of controlling the AI, because entire world, not the India, entire world is moving with AI. So am I answer your question? Yeah. Thanks, Neil, for the session.
Yeah, this thank you, sir.
Unemployment rate in economy disadvantages depending on the AI work. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, what about unemployment rate in the economy means? I will try to answer with one example. That means before getting the industry, like we have what we call as the before this all the vehicles. if you take any autos or any transportation things, before that we have a what we call as a rickshaws, right? Okay, I'm trying a basic example. Just observe this one. Before we have a rickshaws. Okay, in rickshaws, with the help of rickshaws, how many people can travel? Can travel up to one or two people, right, in one rickshaw. And later we have autos and some public transportation like that. If you take an auto, that means these autos is replaced by 10 peoples, right? So in 10 people's revenue, that means in a before, in when you are doing with the rickshaws, all those things, at the time where they are working with they have a jobs for 10 people. But in one auto, this one auto replaces the job of 10 peoples, 10 rickshaw peoples, right? But still, is there any unemployment for that one? No, right? That means after getting the autos, so many industries, that is for manufacturing industries for autos are getting. For that purpose, they created some new jobs, right? Okay, and after that we have some things, some showrooms, and after, if you observe the things carefully, after getting the autos, okay, yes, if you think one side, 10 people's jobs are represented by one vehicle, right? But here we generate some new different roles in a different fields, right? Same like that here AI is also creating a different roles. We need to observe in another side also. We are always checking in one side of the AI. Okay, that means it can remove, that's it. But you need to check about the another side of this also. It creates new jobs and one more thing I'll tell you, told you in the process of this, in the, what we call it, the presentation. These new roles are the most promising and high paying jobs in the history of any technology. Okay, but here what the things you need to learn and we need to improve means, that means in the previous example, that's what I mentioned, like a rickshaw and auto, there you need to learn the new skill like a driving. And you need to, if you take, there is a new skill. And one more new skill, the industries, that means manufacturing the engines and manufacturing all the products, all those things, and manufacturing the autos like that, whatever the things, not only auto, whatever the vehicle we take. Okay, that means you need to know about that skills, right? And for that skills, we have a job roles, new jobs. And before, if you are taking a rickshaws, and after doing things, the salaries, the income is automatic increases, right? But we need to know about the things and we need to adapt the new skills. Like that, same like that, this AI is also creating a new jobs and new roles. If you are thinking about the unemployment only, that means removing the jobs only, but it creates a new jobs. We need to go in that way. We need to adapt that things. That's it. Okay. And with AI, one more thing, with AI is growing fast, should students focus more on strong computer science fundamentals, stay stable while adapting better with AI trends? Yes, definitely AI is growing fast as we don't imagine. That means here we are discussing about one concept, right? That means here I told you that AI is up to now today, but in a seconds, in a hours, AI is improving what I can't imagine. Okay, that's why it is completely keep updating. Okay, all the thing, and keep adapting the AI and keep learning the AI. Don't stop anywhere. That means if you learn about AI, all those things now, and if you think I'm already done, no, it is not done. Why? Because it completely each and every day, each and every hour, it is changing. Okay, and check the things like in ChatGPT, we get in like 2020 is like that, right? But up to now, from ChatGPT launched to now, we have some huge number of AI tools for each and every work, from small work to big work. You don't need to do if you want to create a PPTs, then we have AI tools. If you want to create any contents, if you want to create for YouTube contents also, they can create. If for creating the YouTube thumbnails also, there are AI things. For each and every, from small task to big task, AI is replacing. So we need to adapt the things to survive in the future, okay, to secure our jobs. And AI is growing fast in the future. What skills should students learn to stay important
I'll answer
in
this
jobs?
question,
Yeah,
Neil. So, the students, the thing is like we are getting a closing of workshop. So, I would like to give a awareness to all the students who have attended this seminar with the questions what you are asking to the Mr. Nilakanteshwar. What are the skills you need to updated? What to get updated? What type of certifications you need to do? What are all the skills you have to adapt for getting in the opportunities? So in the starting of the presentation, I have told you we are from Exafluence company, and overall from the starting to till now the presentations have been made with the logos of Sri Venkateswara University and the Exafluence education, everything. So, being a software organization, what we are doing with Sri Venkateswara University and what the company profile and what the company is offering with Sri Venkateswara University, why the university has getting into the picture and what is the student benefit and especially what are the career opportunities and the future education paths what they are having. This 10 minutes session will be giving you a clear picture about what you need to do next to get into the AI jobs or get into the data science jobs to get land in a very good and high paying growth career. Okay, so let me see. Share my screen. So hope. Okay. So, may I know, you are all aware about Sri Venkateswara University, right? So, I think Andhra Pradesh నుంచే అనుకుంటున్నాను స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరూ ఇక్కడ రిజిస్ట్రేషన్స్ అయినది వర్క్షాప్ లో అటెండ్ అయినది. So, you are all aware about Sri Venkateswara University, which is located in Tirupati. So the students who are not aware, I just give you a glimpse, just a very short glimpse about Sri Venkateswara University. So SV University is which is located in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, which is a state government university. Around 75 years of academic exposure having with its university, and around 52 departments are running in the university, and many affiliated colleges are running under SV University. So this is the university background, which is a state government university having 75 plus years. And coming to the Exafluence company. So Exafluence, I'll also give a very short glimpse. And before going to that, so SV University has taken a step in a first time around in both Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, started industry integrated programs. So that is, so a university will be tied up with some industry, the practicing industry who are currently into in the software. They will collaborated with universities and get the industry integrated programs for the benefit of the students to get the industry exposure directly from the university level, not after your graduations or everything. So for this collaboration, both Exafluence and Sri Venkateswara University has tied up and started the various programs for the benefit of the students who have recently graduated or working professionals who wants to upskill their profiles. So I'll just share my screen and give you the details about what are all we are offering and what is the student benefit, and mainly after completing this course, what they will achieve in the real time and what type of the placements they will be getting. So hope my screen is visible, right? So the first and foremost opportunity for the students who have graduated, whether it may be the BTech, BSc or BCA. So the MS Data Science program, which is a 2 years post-graduation program as your MSc and MCA. So this is completely an industry integrated program offered by the SV University in collaboration with Exafluence. So the slide itself you will be seeing industry integrated data science and academia and industry connect. So with Exafluence Inc USA, what is academia and industry connect and what is industry integrated programs, you all will get to know in another 5 minutes. So this is completely a 2 years program. So you are maybe few of the students are attending in the workshop who have completed their BCA. So the BCA people have only the option till nowadays since these days only MCA. The who have completed the BCA, they'll choose the MCA and they'll get a degree, and again they'll go for the normal traditional job, software developer, web developer, like this. So for the BCA people, this is the very, there is another option to get into the post-graduation is MS Data Science, because BCA people is also eligible to do MS Data Science. That too the industry integrated program. So this type of industry integrated programs, what is the student benefit? I'll just give you the glance. So before going to that, Exafluence. So I'm telling you the Exafluence company from the starting of the seminar. So what the Exafluence company capabilities exactly? So Exafluence is a data science software company from the past around 11 years of exposure across the globe. So Exafluence is founded in 2015 and we have headquarters in New Jersey and Texas, in Dallas, Texas in USA. And we have offshore development centers in India. We have Tirupati, Bangalore and Chennai. We have software offices. And we have a global presence in UK, Dubai, Canada, Singapore. So these are all our global presence and offshore development centers. Exafluence is having global presence. So we have started this company in 2015 with 5 number of engineers in very small room, and we have grown across the globe with 350 plus engineers are working currently with the Exafluence completely into the data science projects. So the domains what we are working is healthcare and finance is our core domains, and into the data science projects, and we also work with industry 4.0 and that is IoT and retail. But the core 50 to 60% what we work is healthcare domain and financial domain across all the globe. So you are seeing this EXF Digital Studio over the screen. So this EXF Digital Studio, which is started by the Exafluence itself, and we have created 17 to 18 pre-built applications for our clients, where all our clients is whitelisting our products in their websites, and they are using in their day-to-day life jobs using this AI/ML GenAI. We have created the solutions to them. So we will be giving you access to all these applications, what are all the applications we are having, and what are all the client problem, and what we gave the solution to them with this using AI/ML and GenAI, everything, and what are all the technologies we have used, everything you will be getting access after this seminar through your registered email ID along with your participation certificate. So Exafluence itself having a strength is data science. So the complete data science projects what they are dealing with. So that's why SV University has approached the Exafluence to start industry integrated programs, especially in the data science, because the Exafluence strength is data science. That's what the Exafluence capability. So with this industry integrated programs, university is having some benefit. What is the student benefit? Well, after enrolling the courses. So industry integrated programs in collaboration with Exafluence. So the image itself you will see, you are all completed your graduates, and you end of the day you have to whatever may be the student, if you are doing the graduation, you are doing the post graduation, whatever it may be, the end of the day the student goal is to get into the placements. So few of them is having some of ideas to build up the startups and everything, but the students who are looking for the placements, they need skills. So because your theory knowledge will not helpful to get into the placements. When your theory knowledge, when your helps means it completely to get into the degree. You will get a certificate and you will get a graduation. That theory part you will write the examination there. You will get the certificate. But what about the placements? The placements need your skills. So that's why this type of industry integrated programs has been started with the university level. University will conduct the examinations, and Exafluence that the industry will be getting into the complete skills and with the industry exposure. So with this type of programs, what is the role of university and what is the role of industry? There are two parties are involved in this type of programs. So what is the benefit and what is the role of both universities and the industries? So the university, as I told you, they take the admissions and conduct the examination and give the certificate, because the university certificate is credibility and verifiable and recognizable all over the world. So you all know about the SV University, how much certificate verifiability and recognition you will be getting in your profile. And the industry. So the industry will be teaching. So the complete course curriculum will be delivering by the company. So because once you admission తీసుకున్నాక, no university people will involve into the teaching. So complete industry people who are working in the real time, they will teach you the complete course curriculum with the real time problem statements and with real time challenges what they are facing currently. So that the student will be having equipped knowledge with the industry exposure and the real time knowledge what the current market is doing for and what is the latest technologies. And in connection into that, in such a way, the course structure will be also designed with both academicians and like industry people, because academicians will do the university rules and regulations without deviations of any university rules and regulations. The curriculum will be updated, and the industry people will know industry people know the current technologies, what exactly is happening in the world. That technologies will incorporate into the curriculum, will give into the student so that the student will be stay up to date. So along with that, we'll be getting the additional skill certifications and placement opportunities along with the industry, because industry itself is teaching the curriculum and teaching the course. You will be having the accessible plenty of placement opportunities along with the industry. So this is the industry integrated program benefits for the students. And coming to the course structure and the delivery part for within the Exafluence offered by the SV University. So the main motto of this industry integrated programs is practical exposure directly from the industry, not from the college. So, and the main tagline for this type of courses is you will be directly learning, not learning from the college. You will learn directly from the industry, that is directly from the software company. You'll already working with the company with real-time hands-on exposure, practical assessments, everything. That's why we focus 20% theory and 80% practical. This 20% theory is just for the purpose of the examinations to get right and get the certificate from the university. And the remaining 80% practical, what we are giving is completely about completely what you require for the industry, what you require for the placements, and what are all the skills is currently happening in the industry. That requirements you will be getting trained in this type of courses. So complete the industry mentors will guide you to do the projects and for the faculties, everything. And this is the very much separate session what I need to focus for placement. So as I told you, every student end of the day look for the placements. So we proudly says that we have started this MS Data Science program from the past 2023, and we have completed 3 batches. We have ongoing 3 batches, and the 4th batch we are currently welcoming. So the first batch students who is already stepped out from the 2025, we have given 60% of the students have placed in the technology companies within the Exafluence. So as this is an industry integrated program, as I told you, the placements is very much keen, and the placements is we have a dedicated placement cell for the students who have enrolled with us. So around 60% of the first batch students is already placed, and second batch students is currently pursuing a 4th semester. There is a project, and they are waiting for the Viva, and they are also undergoing the process with MNCs and TCS they have attempted, and currently Exafluence is also doing the interviews, and many more opportunities are getting up. And third batch students are currently pursuing the 2nd semester, and now we are welcoming the 4th batch MS Data Science students. So we, as this is our achievements in the placements, and we are announcing in a public forum, that is like top 10% of the every batch, whether it may be the MS Data Science, and we are having the other programs, I will give you the details. Top 10% of the every batch will be absorbed into the parent company called Exafluence based on the student performance. This is the first and foremost opportunity for the students who have enrolled with us with a 100% placement assurance if you are having the performance in these 2 years or the course what we have enrolled for. So you'll ask about like what about the 90% left over the 90% of the students. So even the top 10% will be recruited into the company, all students will undergo the interviews with the Exafluence company, and who are having this performance, the 10% they will recruited. So what about the remaining students, and we will analyze why they have rejected in the Exafluence, and what is their strengths and what is their weakness, and we will train exclusively for the placements for again 20 to 30 days, and we will put them into the interviews with the technology companies, minimum 3 to 4 minimum. So 100% placement assistance is also available for all the students. So this is the course what we are offering with SV University along with Exafluence company. The students who have enrolled with us, they don't need to wait, they don't need to run for the companies. So the companies will come to you. You need to just show yourself, and you just prove yourself in front of the companies and get into the placements. That too completely a data science domain, not any support roles. So this is the placement opportunities for the students who are with us. And for the MS Data Science program, the eligibility and admission process like BSc with computer science and math stats background, and BTech except civil and mechanical, anyone can eligible, and BCA people, even general BCA or any specialization, they can eligible to take this program even right after completing their graduations. Even if they are completed recent graduate in 2026 waiting for the results also, they can apply for this. And while taking the admissions, you need to get the certificates and everything from your college. So for this MS Data Science program, the registrations is already open from March 20th and the examination date is May 31st. So you have to undergo the separate entrance examination for this MS Data Science, which SV University is conducting. This is completely online entrance examination where you can directly write the examination from your home itself, and then entrance examination name is SVU MSDS Common Entrance Test. MSDS means MS Data Science. So this is scheduled in May 31st and the registration is already open. Once after completing these examinations, the qualified students will get a call from the university to follow the rules and regulations for the admission process. So this is about the MS Data Science program for the 2 years PG program who wants to really build a career with a full-time degree along with SV University and the industry partner Exafluence Inc. So basically the benefit of the student for this is the total we have a 4 semesters, 2 years. So the complete starting from the day 1 to till the 4th semester endings, the complete handhold is from the industry. You will be having the real-time live projects within the 4th semester, and you will be having a mini projects and major projects. A lot of projects you will be doing which is completely a real-time live project, and you will be getting a internship directly from the company and along with the placement. So this is the benefit. So basically this is the course for the student who can get benefit with the industry exposure, not the university exposure, what the industry is looking for. So this is a 2 years program, and we do have a 1 year and 6 months program too. So the students who are not looking for the 2 years program to get short-term courses and 1 year time span to get into the IT career. So for that students, we have introduced postgraduate diploma in data science, which is a 12 months duration and a part-time hybrid program. Any graduate. So for MS data science, eligibility is like only BSc, BTech, BCA. So but for this postgraduate diploma in data science programs, for any graduate who have completed their graduation, they can eligible to take this program. It is a part-time program. They can directly take this program and get the insights directly from the industry. And we do have a 6 months program also. Elamgari, how can apply? So yeah, I'll come to your question. I'll just having a 5 minutes of session. I'll just answer your question, Elamgari. Please bear with us. So another 6 months. So if the students still not spend time for 12 months, they can choose for 6 months. So here the 6 months program, we have 3 programs. One is diploma in Python for artificial intelligence, machine learning and generative AI. One is for diploma in data visualization and diploma in cloud technologies. So these are the 6 months programs, completely a part-time hybrid program where you can directly take the program for all the programs, whether it may be the 2 years, whether it may be the 1 year, whether it may be the 6 months. The complete delivery will be taken care by the company with the industry faculties, projects, the real-time projects from the company, and the practicals. 80% practicals will be from the industry and 20% theory. And the real-time live project from the company, what you will be getting directly from the industry. With the industry exposure, with all this, the student, end of the day, the student will get exposure directly from the company, not from the university. So the first benefit of the student is they will be getting a certificate from the SV University, which is a credibility and recognizable and verifiable all over the world. And you will be getting an internship from the company industry Exafluence, that you will be done some real-time live project directly from the company. And the method is the real-time live project. So with all this, the students, even with the, if you are for the 6 months programs, if you are in the final year, coming to the BTech, not a degree student. So if you are in the final year BTech, they can also directly take these programs even before your graduation itself, only for the final year BTech students. So if you are degree students, once you have completed your graduation, then you can take these programs, any program, 2 years, 1 year and 6 months. The only motto of these programs, industry integrated programs, is to get updated with the industry, along with the industry, with the latest technologies, what the current market is happening for. So for 6 months and 1 year program, the eligibility for so any graduate irrespective of any specialization. And for this, SVU Data Science Common Entrance Test has to be attempted. The examination date is June 14th. So for MS Data Science 2 years program, the examination date is May 31st. And for the 1 year and PG Diploma in Data Science Diploma programs, June 14th is the entrance examination date. And the entrance examination name is SVU Data Science Common Entrance Test. So once after qualifying the examination, university will call up for the admission counseling process to get into the admissions as per the rules and regulations. So, as part of this workshop, you all know about the samples of participation certificate will be getting you. This is the participation certificate sample. You will be getting all your registered email IDs to your registered email IDs along with the course information also. If you have any doubts, you can just contact with us. So now session is open for you, and we sincerely expressing our thanks to our college officials to get aware to get pass this information and registration links to your college email, college groups, or whatever may be the platform they have shared. We sincerely appreciate their cooperation to get to know, to get aware the student of the programs, what the SV University is offering, how the student get benefited, everything. So now, so you can just open up yourself and let me know whatever the doubts you are having. And coming to Yellamgiri Sai, how can apply? We will be sharing you the details of through WhatsApp and through your email ID along with your participation certificate. Sai, we have your details. So you will be getting a call from my team. You will be having a registration link to get apply for the MS Data Science or for 1 year or 6 months program. Our team will get in touch with you and they will be sharing a registration link directly from the SV University. I can't get you, Divya. You're asking about the duration of the courses or what exactly you're asking for? So if you want to visit, if you are local to the Tirupati or if you are planning to visit Tirupati sometime, you can just visit our excellence center of excellence in the SV University campus itself. You will be seeing the address in the slide. You can just note down our contact numbers and email IDs, and you can just visit our websites also for more details of the courses. So the students who have already registered with us will get the participation certificate along with the course information for all the courses, 6 months, 1 year, and a 2 years program with the eligibilities and everything. Go through that, and if you have any doubts, we will leave our numbers over there, and you are just take out the numbers from the slide also. Anytime you can just ping us regarding the course or regarding the technical anything. Our team will be reach out to you. So I'm just concluding this session. So anyway, if you have any doubts, I'm just open. And I think Yellamgiri Sai, may I know your education qualification? What you are currently studying? What is your status now? You can unmute yourself, Sai. మీకు ఇంగ్లీష్ లో మీరు కంఫర్టబుల్ కాకపోతే మీరు తెలుగులో కూడా మాట్లాడొచ్చు. ఇట్స్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ ద ఇంటరాక్షన్, హౌ మచ్ మీరు పబ్లిక్ ఫోరం లో. చెప్పండి చెప్పండి.
నేను ఇప్పుడు డిగ్రీ సెకండ్ ఇయర్ అయింది సార్, బిఎస్సి కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్.
ఓకే, బిఎస్సి కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్. ఇప్పుడు థర్డ్ ఇయర్ లోకి మీరు స్టెప్ ఇన్ అవుతున్నారు. ఓకే, సో మీరు థర్డ్ ఇయర్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత యూ కెన్ అప్లై ఇట్, సాయి.
ఓకే సార్.
సో బికాస్ వన్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కంప్లీటెడ్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ ఇట్ అప్.
ఓకే సార్.
And Danny, sir, these programs also available through distance education. So this is not the programs available for the distance education, sir. So this completely what we are having is 3 types of programs. One is 2 years, 1 year, 6 months. 2 years program is a full-time regular program. We have both online and offline mode. So if you have chosen the online mode, you can attend the classes through online. And then you will need to come to the campus physically to write the examinations. That is the one model which is full-time regular mode. The another model is 1 year 6 months program, 1 year and 6 months program. This is completely a part-time hybrid program where you will be having only weekend classes. That's why it's called a part-time program. Only weekend classes will be available, and after completing the course, you have to come to the university for the examination purpose, and then you will be getting a certificate from the university. So instead of distance education you will be getting completely in the certificate you will be mentioning this that you have done this distance. But in this type of industry integrated programs, you never mention about the distance because it is completely whether it is in the full time or part time. Only there is a two modes. Even if you are choosing online also, the certificate will be the same as per the all the students for the with respect to the offline. May I know, like, your education qualification, Danny? Did I answer your question? Your BCA. Okay, BCA. Which year you have completed your BCA currently, or studying first year or second year? Currently third year. Like, you stepped into third year or completed? Like, you are passing out 2027 or you are passing out 2026? 27. Okay. Stepping into the third year. Yeah. Once after you are completing your graduation, you can take up these programs, Danny. Instead of distance education, if you need a credibility, if you need the weightage of your profile, you have to do the certificate which is a full time or part time, not a distance. So if it is a distance, the companies nowadays distance learning is are more. They just pay the fees and they can get the certificate. But what about the skill? So if you are having that type of distance education certificate, then no one will help us to get into the placements. But this type of industry integrated programs, if you have get into your profile in with this type of university certification, then you will be having some idea and some skill set to get into the placements. So think over about future prospects, like not about current what you need for the time span. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు కంప్లీట్ అయిపోవాలి 6 months 1 year నేను అంత టైం తీసుకోలేను అనుకుంటే దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ యువర్ ఫ్యూచర్. సో మీరు ఇప్పుడు తీసుకునే స్టెప్పే ఇట్స్ కంప్లీట్లీ డిపెండ్ అపాన్ యువర్ నెక్స్ట్ 60 years of your career. That's why take it the step very clearly and choose the right program, whether it may be the traditional programs you are choosing, and if you are choosing with the special programs like this, it's all about you, how you can get career programs. So can I get a result for your questions for me? Yeah, we will be sharing it through your registered email ID, but the one thing is you are currently still pursuing the graduation. Anyway, we will be sharing all the details. Once after you are completing the graduation only, you will be eligible to get into the programs, Danny. Our team will be get in touch with you after this workshop to get more details and get the status of yours. So later we will talk about it. Okay? Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks for your interaction. Remaining students, if you don't have any questions, we will wind up this and we will be sharing you the registered participation certificate to your registered email IDs. Please keep an eye with your emails with all your course details, and also we will be sharing with you. If you have any doubts later also, you can just ping to me this number 739686627, and you can visit our campus also, where I will be providing the address and venue details in the email itself. So thank you all again. So thanks, bear with us. It's almost 1 p.m. But I think this session is very more interactive and this is helpful to you, I am hoping. Thank you all.